Hi, I'm Dr. Jeremy Neal. I'm a philosophy professor at Houston Baptist University. In today's philosophy moment, I want to talk a little bit about an event that occurred in the life of a famous philosopher, St. Augustine of Hippo, who lived a long time ago. His dates are 354 to 430, so he lived about 16 centuries ago. At any rate, St. Augustine wrote a famous book, the first autobiography, the Confessions. And in Book 2 of the Confessions, he recalls a time when he was a teenager, and when, with his friends, he decided to hop a fence and steal a neighbor's pears from the neighbor's pear tree. So St. Augustine, along with his other friends, hopped that fence, they stole the pears, and then they tossed the pears, threw them away to some pigs. And St. Augustine later in life, as he wrote the Confessions, this famous autobiographical work, recalled the time that he hopped the fence and stole the pears, and he thought of it with great remorse. Now, this seems to us to be kind of silly. Why would he beat himself up or feel great remorse over a childhood event like this, especially one where no one got hurt in any permanent way? But the reason why St. Augustine felt remorse is because he did not steal the pears to eat them. He didn't steal the pears to sell them. There was no utilitarian value or reason why he chose to steal those pears. He and his teenage friends stole the pears and then just threw them away. And that's the reason why Augustine feels so bad in the Confessions about stealing the pears. You see, it's because he thinks that they stole the pears just for the sake of stealing, for nothing else than the sake of stealing. They loved to steal things. They wanted to steal so as to steal. End of story. Now, many years after that event, when he was writing the Confessions and in some of his other important works, St. Augustine argued that this tendency of his to steal pears or to do things just for the sake of doing them, doing evil things just for the sake of doing them, this tendency is a tendency that afflicts all human beings. He argued that it is characteristic of all human beings to want to do bad things just for the sake of doing bad things. That's a part of our human nature, a part of who we are. He called it original sin. It's a disease-like condition, a disease for which we cannot cure ourselves, he argued. It's a condition that afflicts us and that drags us down, that constantly operates in our mind like a cancer. At any rate, he thought that his own story, his life story of stealing those pears, was a story that indicated the condition of human beings, and that ultimately led him on a path to seek external help through an external rescue mission. That rescue mission was the Christian religion. But whether or not you agree with St. Augustine and with his belief in the Christian religion, his story of stealing the pears has been a compelling philosophical story down through the centuries, and it poses an important dilemma for all of us. Are human beings bad by nature? Do human beings have a tendency to want to do evil, to cheat, to steal, to lie, even to kill? Do human beings naturally hate? Or are human beings good by nature? For St. Augustine, the answer to this question was that human beings are naturally bad. They have a natural tendency to do bad. That's an important conclusion, and it's one that has influenced philosophers for centuries. That's all for today's philosophy moment. Thanks for joining me.